Hey everybody, I have been really sick. I'm still pretty sick, but I got this stamp set at Michael's with a coupon. Yes. I think it came to like $6. I really loved it. My sister got it for me, actually. It's a long story, but anyway. I wanted to work on Stargrlanny's challenge, and I'll have a link down below. And I had this idea in my head, and I've been laying in bed thinking about it, so I wanted to get it out of my head. Let's hope it works. Otherwise, I'll just scrap the video and try again tomorrow, I guess. I'm starting with some heavy-duty watercolor paper, and I wanted to go with the bright color palette because I want to have a summer theme to it, so I didn't pull my distress inks, mostly because I don't have a good yellow or a good red for it, because I haven't collected those particular colors. Like if I had I think it was Festive Berries, and if I had the lemonade stand, then I would have good colors, but I don't have those yet, so I pulled my sister's Stampin' Up. So I've got Island Indigo and Cherry Cobbler and Daffodil Delight, so hopefully those will work well. I'm just gonna, this is gonna be a wet stamping technique where I stamp on wet cardstock, and it's supposed to make it bleed. It's been a while since I've done this, but it usually works great. So, alright, so let's see how this is gonna go. Yep, that looks good. I'll just dry it off on my hand, I guess. Okay, that's good. I just wanted this to have a real summer theme, mostly because I'm tired of the cold. I think we all are pretty tired of the cold by now. So that looks nice. This is some rich colors, bright. Oh, my water's starting to, I'm starting to run out of water. It's soaking in. What should we put there? I'll put a yellow right here. I think it'll be okay. I think that's the side I'm going to layer a thing on anyway. Alright, so there's that. Straight up. Okay. These are my homemade, I guess they're Twinkling H2Os is the closest thing. I'm going to go with this bright gold. I have a recipe in my old videos. It's the most popular video I've got. It's called The Case for Pearl-Ex. 10 ways to use Pearl-Ex. And this is one of them. So I taught how to do that in that video. If you haven't noticed or haven't watched many of my videos, you'll find that a lot of what I do to be economical, make my own embellishments, make my own tools. You know, we all have to do what we have to do, but I often have more time than money. That's nice. One of the things I like about my homemade version of this is it's it's a lot more pigment rich than, like, I've seen people have purchased that, those little pigment palettes, or little pearly palettes. You can get them at all kinds of places. And they're not too expensive. I think they've got one at Michael's and whatnot. And they're supposed to be pearly paint. But they're not very intense. And that's probably just because they've, you know, they've skimped on the pigments. But mine is really pigmented because it's nothing but pigment and oh my gosh, what's that stuff called? I hate it when I'm sick. Well, it's nothing but, basically it's nothing but the pearlax and the stuff that holds it together and makes it into the adhesive-y stuff. And you know, I use that gum Arabic. That's what it's called. And people, I know some of people think, oh, I don't want to have to go find that, but it's really not very expensive. It lasts forever. And let me tell you, I made these paints when I made that video, which was probably 5 or 6 years ago. And look at that. I got a lot left. So, now I don't use them every day, but I still got a lot of pearlax left too. Alright, so this is where I am. Very shiny and summertime and bright. I like it. Let's go on this side. That looks nice. A little water on my rag. That doesn't want to come up. Mine's in the other box. These storage cases, I think they thought they were cool when they made them, but they're kind of sucky. I don't like that. That's also going to have to change. Did you know you can get those, you know, Stampin' Up! Uses those DVD cases without the thing in them. You can get them on eBay. If you're willing to buy, if you're willing to spend $75, you can get 100 of them, which makes them, you know, about 75 cents each. Pretty darn good. I mean, you got to spend $75. Then you'll never run out. Well, unless you're my sister, she's gone through a whole case of those. She had a lot of stamps to remount or to put. You know, she's changing them. Oh, all of her wood-mounted stamps over. I did mine years ago. Alright, where's the R? There it is. She's going to give these to me. She says, you use alphabets much more than I do. It's true, I do use alphabets a lot because I'm a scrapbooker and she's not. Card maker. Well, it's a little snug in there, but I think it'll work. So now I've got this is a Stampin' Up! Set. This calls Phrase Starters. It's from 10,000 years ago, probably. I was a demonstrator at one point. But that was a long time ago. Alright, see, and I've remounted all of mine onto clean foam. Because I don't. What do we think? The blue? The blue. I have the word celebrating here. I love it. This would be a stash dive in a way. This stamp is old. Yes, I'm going to like this. I have my Celebrating Summer. I'm liking that. That looks beautiful. So I had this idea. I wanted it to go sideways. sideways on here. Because I'm going to take this little jar. I saw this little jar. I'm actually going to put the fireflies in it too. I love the fireflies. I thought they were cute. That's fun. This is fun. This was Recollections, by the way. Did this. And the reason I wanted it, other than the little fireflies, there's a lot of jar sets out there. There's a lot of them. I really want all of them, but you can't have all of them. So I like the little fireflies. Even though I don't live in the South and I've never seen a firefly in my life, I just like them. But I also I like this little topper. Reminds me of my grandma. Reminds me of grandma's. I do canning in the summer. I make my grandma's pickles. And that's a special experience to make your grandma's pickles. So I'm going to stamp up some of those little fireflies. Looking at them. They're cute. Alright, I'm going to wash our stamps. My sister gets tense if I don't wash the stamps. Alright, so I think we better do the red on here. Make it look like gingham. Oh, got it all over the block. Good. Yes, that's pretty though. That is pretty. Alright guys. So, this will work. I wanted to do this on acetate, you know, and then layer it, and then put the fireflies inside. And I even thought about, actually, oh, I do have a chunk of vellum. This idea, so we may do this way. Let me do this way. Chunk of acetate. This stays on if you didn't know if I didn't mention it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and so there's that. I've got those stamped up. So I'm going to just cut this out. And since I'm going to top this with that little thing, I'm not going to bother to cut that very carefully. We're going to top it off with that little I had this idea that it would I wonder how I'm going to attach this. I haven't really thought about that yet. I had this idea that it would be neat to have that in the vellum so that it would you could see the background, but it, like a jar, but it wouldn't be completely see-through. You see what I'm saying? Not just the acetate, because if you did the acetate, it would be completely see-through. And I do want to do the acetate, but I think I want to do the acetate over the top of the vellum. But I don't know whether that's how it'll play out. So, I need to color them in. I think I'd like their wings to be kind of an iridescent color. I'm going to use this. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. And I don't want it super dark, so I kind of just I put the water in there. I swirl it around. I'm using quite a bit of water because I don't want... There's so much pigment, it'll actually cover up the black. And I'm going to go back into the gold because that's the closest, you know, I watched the videos of the little fireflies, and that's probably about the closest I could get to the way their little glow happens. Alright, I'm going to fussy cut those out so I won't bore you with that. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, we're back here, and I've got my little fireflies cut out. And I'm going to glue them into the jar. It's kind of flying sideways, huh? Alright. My little fireflies, they're in the jar. Alright, so I need to adhere this. I want to go ahead and put this over the top of it. And I need to adhere this down at the top here. And so I'm going to use Ranger's Multi-Matte Medium because it's supposed to be like glue anything to anything. This will be the test because boy, glue a big chunk of acetate down to a chunk of vellum. That's some serious test. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by gluing this. Gluing this little, this guy on there. I don't want it to be too low. Let's see, right about. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. And then we're going to pull along here. And just glue that right over the top of that. Yeah, I like that. I'm liking that. And I'm going to actually put that one right up flush. PVA glue, as I've mentioned. PVA glue. Find it at art stores. So I'm going to center it this way. Put my tunnel on. Stargrlanny said she didn't want it to be two-dimensional because she's going to put it in a book. And I get that. I used to do really chunky mini albums and things, and I've gotten to where I like to have the look of layers without the bulk. Glue right here. And then behind each one of those fireflies I'm going to put a dab of glue. I'm going to put this right here. So what I wanted to do to put my name on it, because she wants that on there, was use this punch around the block. I'm sure that they don't make this anymore, but you know, they make things like this, they just don't make this one. Huh. Do we want to go further? I definitely don't want that to be crooked. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to glue it right to the end. That would be cool. It might solve that problem of that piece flapping up, not having to worry about gluing it down. We'll see how good the adhesive on this thing is. Alright. Alright. I have a stamp here. It's one of my favorite stamps. I've had it forever. Club Scrap stamp. Let's see if it's going to fit. Well, it's either going to be great or it's going to suck. If it sucks, I'm going to have to make a tag to put over the top of it. So there it is. And that's how I work. Sometimes I say it's either going to be great or it sucks. This stamp says, "In summer the song sings itself." It was a club scrap stamp from years ago, and I'm sure they don't have it anymore. But I just love it. It's a stamp I have used over and over and over, and because summer's a big thing for me. I ride horses, and I like to garden, and yeah, all those things that are summertime related. And winter is a time when I hibernate. Not too bad. In summer the song sings itself. No. So this is for Stargrlanny, and I will be editing this up because I don't want a 30-minute video for y'all. And I will put a link down below for her challenge. So please go give her some YouTube lovin' and join her challenge.